Bonjour guys! Today I'm making a dish that maybe sounds French, but it has very Russian face, which makes sense. A lot of dishes in Russia have influences from different countries and mostly French, so the dish most likely was created by some French chef. But it is pretty much served in Russia. If you go to Russian restaurants in Moscow or St. Petersburg, a restaurant will always have a julienne on their menu. What is a julienne? Julienne is a mushroom dish. It's sauteed mushrooms with onions and sometimes little pieces of chicken, and they are baked in a special julienne forms in the oven and topped with the cheese. And when the cheese melts, they serve it as an appetizer. So the dishes that I use for this recipe actually these guys, and they're specific julienne forms. They have little handles on them, so I have several here. I know it's kind of difficult to get these, or if you have these, I can give you a couple other suggestions. You can use the bacon forms like this and serve your julienne in these guys, or you can use ramekins. I mean, they will work too. Or if you don't want to portion them out and just want to serve it at the table as a dip, so you just use these guys here. So let's do it.
Follow me in the kitchen for a wonderful recipe of chicken and mushroom julienne. For this recipe you will need 10 medium-sized mushrooms, 4 boiled chicken tenders, or you can use 1 whole chicken breast, 3 shallots, some melted cheese, a cup of cream, salt and pepper to taste, and some frying oil. I use avocado oil. We're gonna start preparing our shallots. I like using shallots in this recipe because shallots have a much milder onion taste, and sometimes they remind me of garlic. They even grow like garlic in cloves. So just cube all your shallots and place it in the bowl. It's time for our mushrooms. I'm using just the plain white mushrooms for this recipe, but you can use any mushrooms you like. You can use chanterelles, you can use portobellos, pretty much any mushroom would work for this recipe. So just cube all your mushrooms and place it in the bowl. You can also use a fresh chicken for this recipe, but I like using the boiled one. So just shred your chicken, or you could cut it in little cubes if you like, but I like it shredded for this recipe. We need to grate our cheese now. Try to use the kind of cheese that is very melty. Don't use any hard types of cheeses because they don't stay soft for a long time. You could use Gouda, you could use Monterrey Jack, which I'm using in my case. So just shred it and put it in the bowl. Use a non-stick skillet for making julienne. Just put some cooking oil in the pan and start on sauteing your shallots first. We need to sweat out these shallots to the point when they start creating a little bit of color. So when you are happy with your result, you can add your mushrooms now. Saute your mushrooms until they start releasing some moisture. When they do, it's a good time to season your mushrooms. Just add some black pepper and salt. You don't have to add too much because we're gonna re-season it later. When the mushrooms are soft and slightly browned, it's time to add our chicken now. Keep mixing until everything is combined and the chicken is slightly heated up. Every time we introduce a new ingredient, it's time to reseason. So we're going to add a little bit more salt and pepper. And we're going to add our cream now. So we're going to start cooking the cream until it is reduced slightly. So when it's reduced and bubbly, we can turn our julienne off. We're going to start portioning our julienne into little julienne dishes, and I have 8 of the little julienne dishes. If you're using ramekins, ramekins are usually a little bit bigger in size, so that portion that I have made probably would be good for just 6 ramekins. So just fill up all your dishes with the julienne, and we're gonna top it with our cheese. And top it generously, because when the cheese is gonna melt, it's gonna be very delicious. We do not need to preheat the oven for this dish because everything is already cooked. So we just need to melt the cheese. So set your oven for broil and put your julienne for about 5 minutes and watch it closely. And voila, it's done. The cheese is nice and melted, and it's ready. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you soon.